predicting the remainder of the NFL season, telling you who's going to make the playoffs, who's going to miss it, in all the different scenarios. Let's get into it. Thursday Night Football this week, I think the Patriots take care of business. This Pats game, at home versus the Jets, and then this Ravens game at the Browns, those are two games with teams that are looking very good, especially the Patriots this season, but even the Ravens, games that definitely you should win, that you might look forward into the next couple weeks and drop an important game. I think Texans take care of business. They're hot as of recently. Hopefully C.J. Stroud comes back. I think the Steelers get their get back in. They lost to the Bengals a couple weeks ago. I think they take care of business. I think that game was a bit of a fluke. And the Steelers are desperate. Look, if the Steelers lose this game, they're completely reeling at this point. Jaguars. Look, the Jaguars just lost to the Texans. If the Jaguars are going to do anything this season, they need this game in a big way. West Coast to East Coast, I'm going to lean Jags. I think it'll be a close game. The Chiefs need this one. The Chiefs need this one in a big way. Coming off a bye, they can't go to 5-5, especially with another loss in the division. They already lost to the Chargers. If they lose to the Broncos, especially if the Chargers beat the Jags, that's a doomsday scenario for the Chiefs, where their only route is the wild card round, with losses to the Jags and Bills, who are both wild card teams. So that's a dangerous route. I think the Ravens do take care of business, as I'd mentioned. I think the Dolphins take care of business. The Bills need this one. The Bills need this one. I think they get it done. The Buccaneers have been reeling a little bit. Cowboys are going all out, sort of. It's weird. They just got Leonard Williams. I think they can win it all. Make the playoffs is them winning it all. It's a tough game for me to predict. These two games, Bears at Vikings and Panthers at Falcons. Falcons and Vikings are at home. Falcons and Vikings with a win. More so the Vikings, but even the Falcons. With a win, either of these teams, especially over division rivals who are just above them in standing, it gets them right back into the thick of things. If the Bears win this game, it kind of solidifies them as a playoff team. If the Panthers win this game, it kind of gets them in that middle zone where it's a 50-50 shot. I think the Vikings win this one, and I think the Panthers win this one, but I could see this being flipped. I could see both team homes winning. I could see both away teams winning. I think the Packers get their get back. The Giants have been reeling. They have a new coach. Could be one of those games where the new coach motivates the players, but I don't see it happening. I think the Rams are a better team. They're at home. I think the Rams will take care of business. I'm not big on this Cardinals Jacoby Brissett offense. I'm not a big 49ers guy, but I think the 49ers can win it. This should be a good game. Lions just came off a massive win. Eagles just came off a very good defensive battle. I'm gonna go Lions. I think the Lions have what it takes. Bills at Texans Thursday Night Football. This will be a big game, especially if both teams are coming off a win. Bills 7-3. Yeah, Bills need this one, but the Texans equally need this one. I think the Bills take care of business. I think it'll be a close, low-scoring game, but I think the Bills take care of business. And this is the game of the year for the Colts. If the Colts win this one, not really for tiebreaker's sake, because I don't think the Chiefs will be able to catch the Pats, Colts, or even Broncos, but it's a big one just for the mental aspect of, can you go into Kansas City and beat Mahomes? The answer for me is going to be no. I don't think they can do it. Patriots coming off a mini bye, playing on Thursday Night Football the week before. The Patriots are going to drop one of these, but I don't think it's going to be this one. I think the Patriots get the job done. And once again, the Ravens are probably going to drop one of these easy ones. I think they'll win this week. This game doesn't matter. We'll go with the home team. I think the Bears, after I predicted them to lose the week before, I think they get their win at home. They'll be desperate. They'll be hungry. West Coast to East Coast, sort of. Nashville's not really East Coast, but the Seahawks play very good on the road. I think the Seahawks win that game. And Jaguars, after getting a much-needed win, I think they drop one to the Cardinals. This Jaguars team, they don't seem like they have that will to win when they need it to. They'll kind of flip-flop on how consistent they are. I think the Packers get this one. Lions win here. Kind of an irrelevant game. I'll go Falcons. Cowboys, this would be a big win for the Cowboys. I'm going to go Eagles, though. Buccaneers have been on a bit of a fall off for me. I'm going to give the Bucs this upset win. I know they're not going to be favored. They're going to be underdogs by 5 or 6 points. I think the Bucs will tear one off here. Panthers 49ers. That's a tough one. I'm going to go... man, this is really tough. I'm going to go Niners. Them being at home gives me the edge. Bengals at Ravens, I don't think Joe Burrow will be back for this game. It's on Thanksgiving night. I think regardless, the Ravens probably still win. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens lose this game or one of the two previous. It's unlikely they go 3-0. I'll go Jags. I'm going to go Colts. Texans going a little bit of a reel, losing to the Bills and then the Colts. Chargers will win that one for sure. Didn't mean to scroll up. This is a big one. Bills at Steelers. Steelers need this. And I think the Steelers will get it done. What time's the game? 4:20. Yeah, 4:25 feels like a Steelers win. If it was at 1 o'clock, I'd probably go Bills, but 4:25 feels like a Steelers win. Ooh, this is a big one. Chiefs at Cowboys. I've been giving the Chiefs a lot of wins. It's Thursday night game on Thanksgiving. Cowboys need to get this one. The Cowboys need that one. Doesn't matter. We'll go Dolphins. We'll go Falcons. This is a game that has a 49ers trap game written all over it. We'll go Browns. Yeah, 1 o'clock, West Coast, Cleveland. Going to be cold. I think the Broncos take care of business. I think the Patriots win that one. It's going to be a good game. Rematch, Lions. I think the Lions take it back. Friday night game. I guess it's on Black Friday. I think the Eagles will win that one. We'll go Bucks. We'll go Rams. And then Vikings at Seahawks. This is a game that the Vikings would need in a big way. In a big way with how competitive the NFC is. I don't think they'll get that win. And we are on to Week 14. We'll quickly recap who's in the driver's seat. Patriots are looking very good. Ravens claw back into the playoffs. The AFC, we still have the Chiefs out. We've got the Jags out. Texans could slip into, can't win the division. Texans maybe could make and Dolphins look hot. And on the NFC side, it's insane. We've got a 7-5 team out. We've got the Panthers out, and the NFC is looking very good. We will go. Man, I've been giving the Dolphins a lot of wins, but I think they do get that win. And I'm gonna go Baltimore. I think they'll split with the Steelers. I think they'll lose the road game in week, I believe it's 18. And this is a big one for the Jags. The Jags would absolutely need this one. I'm going to go Colts, though. I think the Colts could beat the Jags in sunny Florida in December. Doesn't matter. We'll go Browns. I think this is one the Broncos drop. Kind of an inexplicable loss. Buffalo takes care of business. I don't think Joe Burrow comes back. I think with the record being 4 maybe 4 wins at this point, I don't think he comes back. And we will go. What time is this game? It's an 8 o'clock. The Chiefs will take care of business. Eagles at Chargers. We'll give the Chargers that one. Home field. Chargers are desperate to keep up with the Broncos and the Chiefs. Thursday night. That's interesting. Both teams play on Thursday night back to back. It's not really a mini. They say mini bye, but it's not really a mini bye if you play a week later. We'll go Lions. Cowboys could really use that one though to get to 6-1. Bears at Packers. Massive game. Big one for Caleb Williams. This could be a career-defining win, and I think he gets it. I think this Packers team has been kind of lackluster this year. Vikings, if they've got any hope, I think they claw back in at 6-7. Seahawks at Falcons. I'm not as high on the Seahawks as most people are, so I think they'll drop one of those easy ones. I think the Bucks take care of business, and I think the Rams win that one. We got Chargers at Chiefs. As I mentioned, I think the Chiefs get back. Ravens at Bengals. Feels like one of the weird ones that the Ravens lose. They probably would have lost the Browns, Jets, or Bengals earlier, but I've got to give them a loss. Maybe I should flip it, but it doesn't matter which loss I give them. Bills at Pats. This is a game where the Patriots can probably clinch the division, I would assume. The Bills would have 9. They'd have 12. Yeah, the Patriots would be able to clinch it. But I think the Bills hang in there. I think the Bills say, you know what, we're going to be one game out. With tiebreakers, we're going to see how things go. Not so fast. I think the Bills win that one. I think Jags take care of business, keep themselves alive. Steelers keep themselves alive for the division and the wild card. Texans win, keep themselves. We got a lot of teams that can go on a run here. Bears win that one. Eagles win that one. Niners win that one. That's an interesting one. Colts going up to the Pacific Northwest in December. Strong run game. I think they get the job done. Oh, it's a tough one. Very similar teams, in my opinion. Lackluster, but sometimes explosive offenses versus elite defenses. I'll go Packers. I think the Packers are a little bit better. Thursday night, Bucks, Falcons. Falcons are probably giving up at this point. We'll go Bucks. Irrelevant game, we'll go Giants. Lions at Rams. Very big game. I've got them both at 10-3. A win for either of them pretty much. Well, actually, no, because, we got two 10-4 teams. But big win. I'll got to give the Lions the win. I think the Panthers keep themselves alive. And I think the Cowboys, Cowboys are still frisky. They still think they can make the playoffs. Jerry Jones is going to be giving them pump talks. Chiefs-Titans, this is a classic trap game. Late December, 1 o'clock, road game. Chiefs will find a way to win. Patriots at Ravens. I think the Ravens fraud check them. I think with Lamar, the Ravens are amongst the best teams in the AFC. And fraud check the Patriots a little bit. I think the Bills take care of business. I think the Broncos get. It's a big game though. Broncos, Jags for division seeding, for AFC wildcard seeding. I'm gonna give the Broncos the edge. I think the Texans win that one. That game doesn't matter. And Chargers at Cowboys. If the Cowboys want any hope, they need this game. I don't think they'll win it. It's an irrelevant game. Steelers at Lions. I've been giving the Lions a lot of the close 50-50 games. I think the Lions drop this one. A hungry Steelers team, a desperate Steelers team in the thick of the AFC playoff picture. I think the Lions drop that one. Niners at Colts. I'm gonna go Colts. Monday Night Football again. That's a big game though. Rams and Seahawks, short week. Once again, divisional implications. I'm gonna go Seahawks. I'm gonna go Seahawks, although it's close for me. Packers at Bears. I think the Packers get their get back. We talked about the Bears beating them earlier. I've got both road teams winning Saturday game. Packers get their get back. Eagles take care of business. Not a super relevant game. We'll go Vikings because they want to finish the season good. And this is a big one. Buccaneers, can they kind of fend off the... Well, Buccaneers pretty much already wrapped up the division. They're a little asleep at the wheel. They lose to the Panthers in this one. And we'll go Cardinals. And we're nearing the end of the season. Last 2 weeks. We'll talk about situations here. So the Colts have already won their division, but they still are vying for the 1 seed, so they need to play. Patriots are tied, so they need to win out. Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, all 10-5. Bills, obviously we know they're tied. And Steelers, if they can win out, they can win the division. Ravens need to win out as well. We've got the Jags, who maybe could get frisky. So a lot of stuff going on here. Same thing with the NFC. We've got the Bears, who, depending on tiebreakers, maybe could even win the division, who are out of the playoffs. So it's going to be interesting. Chiefs, Broncos, massive game, essentially a playoff game in some aspects. I think Mahomes is more experienced. I think he gets it done. Texans are pretty much already out of the playoff picture at this point. I think the Chargers take it. Jags at Colts. If the Jags want any shot at making the playoffs, they'll win. I don't think they do it. Patriots at Jets. This is one of those inexplicable losses that people are just like, are they really going to lose that one? I think the Steelers keep themselves alive. Doesn't matter. And that's a tough one. I'm going to go Packers. I think the Packers get that game. Bengals doesn't matter. Titans doesn't matter. Buccaneers in Florida. I think they win that one. Eagles at Bills. I think the Eagles beat the Bills. Doesn't really matter. We'll give Cowboys. Lions need this one. I think they'll take it. Seahawks at Panthers. Panthers are super desperate. They'll take that game at home, West Coast, East Coast. And this is a big game. This is essentially playoff seeding. Do you make the playoffs or do you miss it? Win a game and have the tiebreaker. It essentially eliminates the other team. I think the Bears go into San Francisco and take that massive game off them. And I think the Rams take care of business here. So last week, Colts have clinched, so we will just give them the loss because that game doesn't matter. Has anyone else clinched? No, both of them need to win. So pretty much every single game matters other than the Colts, which we already decided. Chiefs will take care of business. This game is this game for play. So let's say that the Ravens win. Will the Broncos and Chargers both stay in? Oh, wow. Okay. So the Chargers need this game because if the Ravens win, the Steelers make the playoffs over them. So I'm going to give the Chargers the win because obviously, but the Broncos also need it. That's a tough one. So the Steelers obviously want to win, but they would want the Chargers to win. But the Chargers and Broncos need it. And will either one of them win the division? Wow. So the Chargers could, with a loss, miss the playoffs. With a win the division. So it's a really tough game for me. Really tough game. I'm going to go Broncos. I think the Ravens win that game. I think the Patriots win a must-win. I think the Bills win their must-win. This game doesn't matter. I think the Jaguars win. And on the NFC side, Rams take care of business. Will the Seahawks still make it if they lose? No, they will not. The Seahawks will not make the playoffs. I'm going to give the Seahawks a win. I think the Lions take care of it. Yeah, but Bears don't really need to win that much. That game doesn't matter. And can the Eagles... Would the Eagles take the 1 seed now? I'm gonna say the Eagles probably. So the Eagles won't drop to the 3 seed. They can only get to the 1 seed if the Lions lose. The Eagles will probably just bank that game because the Bears aren't going to be trying. The Eagles are just able to take that one off. And the Bucks, but yeah. So the Eagles stay at 2. And yeah, this is our AFC and NFC standing. So we obviously have the Colts. We have the Steelers just missing in a Week 17 game. We have the Jaguars missing, the Texans missing. Over here, we have that pivotal Bears-Niners game, Panthers game, and then we've got some teams here. So let's go to the playoffs. Let's look at the playoff matchups. Wow, and this is an interesting round 1 matchup. We have the 12-5 Pats, who were started off the season very hot, tailed off a little bit. Kind of the inverse situation with the Ravens, who started off cold and got hot. Ravens are at home. You got Lamar Jackson. I think the Ravens get the job done. We got the Chiefs. We have the Chiefs playing the Chargers in division matchup. I trust Mahomes. It's hard. It's tough to argue anything else. And we got the Broncos. Look, we saw this game last year. The Bills whooped up on them, and they wanted me to take a colorblind test. That's fun. Packers, Rams, very good game. I'd love to see that one. That's a tough one, indoors with that defense. I'm really conflicted. I'm going to go Packers. But it's razor thin. Seahawks who have looked very good up until this point. In Tampa, I'm going to go Tampa. Although it's close. And then Bears at Eagles. I think the Bears are a little too young to win there. We got the iconic Chiefs at Bills game. This will be the final game in Buffalo Stadium, barring a Ravens win and a Bills win, which would then mean the Bills' final game would be the next week in Buffalo Stadium. As heartbreaking as it is, I think the Chiefs win. I don't know how else to put it. And I think Baltimore beats Indianapolis Colts, which means that your Chiefs would play a road game. They play a home game in the wild card. They play a road game in the division round, and then they would get to playing Kansas City in the AFC Championship, which would be interesting. I don't know if that's ever happened before. And then we've got the Buccaneers at the Eagles. We will go Eagles. Divisional matchup. Lions get their get back again. And then we've got the AFC and NFC Championship. I think the Lions finally get it done. I think Kansas City beats the Ravens again. And I think the Lions get the Super Bowl. I think the Lions win it all this season. And we'll look at the divisions as well. So obviously, we've got the Lions win the Super Bowl, but Colts run away with their division. The Bills and Patriots are in a bit of an arms race, both 4-2 in division. Comes down to some other tiebreakers. And this is a very tight division. I mean, this division, insanity. This division also very tight. You can win, you can get a home playoff game, or you can miss the playoffs entirely. This division also very tight. We've got some good teams here.